Ikoya. I'm the founder and creator of Silky Sak, and I'm here today to give you 5 travel hair tips. So I know what you're thinking, Ikoya, you're an entrepreneur. Why are you qualified to tell us or give us hair tips? Well, I gotta let you in on a little secret. I'm also a flight attendant and I have been for a decade. Well, if I'm being honest, it's actually been 2 decades. So because of that, I am well qualified to give you these 5 travel hair tips. But before we get into that, if you're watching here on YouTube, make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free. Why not? We come to you with these hair tips. We also give wig reviews, hair tutorials, and anything about hair. We're here to talk about it. So go ahead and subscribe and then hit that bell so that you'll be notified whenever Silky Sak drops a video. And if you're watching over on Facebook, we love and thank you too. Make sure that you like and share this video with anyone who's getting ready to travel this summer and getting ready to be having to wear their hair fabulous. So without further ado, let's get into these tips. Tip number 5 is refill your travel size bottles. So when it comes to traveling, these tiny little travel size bottles are not very cheap anymore. They used to be around $1, but I've seen them go all the way up to maybe even up $3.50 sometimes. So what I like to do is when I find my favorite hair products or any travel size product for that fact, I like to just save the bottle and refill them when I'm done. So FAA requires that you have travel size bottles if you're going to bring your bag on board. If you don't want to bring your bag and you just want to go ahead and check your bag, then you can always use your full size toiletries, but I recommend bringing your bag on board if you can. And the travel size bottles are nice and they're easy, and if you have a product that doesn't necessarily come in a travel size, you can always buy these generic clear bottles, and you can find them everywhere from Target to CVS, and I've even seen them at Michael's. So that is a way to go ahead and save some money. Keep reusing those travel size bottles. Once it gets low, just open it up, go ahead and refill it with your larger size bottle. I'm sure you have it in the larger size anyway, and boom, you're ready to go. The next tip is use a leave-in conditioner when you are traveling. So once you get on board the aircraft, as we all know, the aircraft is super duper drying. And the reason for that is because the air is just being recirculated over and over and over again through the airplane, which makes it very drying. So take your favorite leave-in conditioner. Mine happens to be a spray-in. So I take it and I spray it into my hair before I leave. That way, once I get on board a flight, my hair can continue to be conditioned and moisturized. So whatever your favorite leave-in conditioner is, it doesn't really matter. Just take the time to use it and put it in your hair before you get on the flight. And you also want to make sure that you're drinking plenty of water during the flight so that you can stay hydrated. And whatever you put in your body also hydrates your scalp, which is going to hydrate your hair. So stay hydrated. Tip number 3 is use a Silky Sak. So I know what you're thinking. Of course, Ikoya, you're going to throw your product in there and promote it. But seriously, part of the reason why I came up with this idea to invent the Silky Sak is because I do a lot of protective styling with wigs and hair extensions and ponytails, and there really isn't a good way to travel with these. Now, I know what you're thinking. I could just put the hair back in the box or back into the plastic it came in, but over time, that's going to dry the hair out. It's going to get it all matted and tangled. You're going to have to spend a lot of time recombing and redoing the hair, and eventually you're just going to have to replace the hair. But the Silky Sak, because of the silk lining, will help the hair last longer. So I highly recommend it. If you're not familiar with Silky Saks, I will put a review down in the description box or for Facebook in the comments down below. I highly recommend that you watch it because this person who reviewed it, she takes the time to travel with her Silky Sak in her wig, and you can see for yourself the results. So you're not just hearing from me, but you can also hear from somebody else. And the thing that I love about it is once the hair is styled, it will retain the styling. So all you got to do is take it out of the bag, and I created it to be folded so it can just go in your carry-on, in your purse, or wherever really easily. But enough about that. Go ahead and watch that review if you haven't, and let me know in the comments down below what you think. Tip number 2 is use a silk pillowcase. So this slip pillowcase can be kind of expensive, but you guys, it is very much worth it. Now, when it comes to your hair and protecting your hair when you're sleeping at night, you can use a satin bonnet to sleep in. That is an option, but I highly recommend the silk pillowcase because the silk is not only just good for your hair, but it's also good for your skin. So when you're sleeping at night, you can go ahead and know that your skin is going to be good and moisturized and refreshed for those meetings that you have in the morning, or just so you can do it for the gram and take your pictures and show off wherever you've traveled to. It's definitely a good investment to make, and we also know these hotels are not the cleanest as we would like to think, so it's also a way to protect yourself. And the number one tip I have for you for traveling with your hair, okay, you guys, this is not to scare you, but it is definitely to inform you. If you're traveling to a country where you cannot drink the water, then you want to really be careful about washing your hair or doing any type of shaving of hair. So I don't want to scare you, like I said, but I do want you to be informed. I do know someone who has gotten a parasite from showering and washing their hair. So you just want to be careful. The parasite entered actually through her ear and not through her scalp, but we also know that if your pores are opening and you're washing your hair, you also can consume things through that way as well. So we just want to be safe. So a great way to protect yourself is to use a shower cap when you're showering. But if you take a swim or you do something where you absolutely have to wash your hair, I would definitely wash my hair with water bottles. A lot of hotels will give you water bottles, or you can just buy water bottles from the store, or you can take a chance and just use some dry shampoo and use that. So I'm not telling you can't take a shower. I'm not telling you can't wash your hair. I'm just telling you to be informed and know that these things can happen. And also when you're shaving, I would recommend you just shave before you go to whatever country this is. That way, if you cut yourself, you can be healed, or you don't have to worry about opening up any wounds and letting any water or anything get into your body in that way. So those were my 5 hair tips for traveling. I hope that they helped you. If they did, let me know in the comments down below which one you like the best, which one you're going to use. And also, if you have any hair tips that I didn't share that you know about that are really great that you use, please share in the comments below. We would love to hear about it. I'm sure the community would too. As always, I want to say thank you so much for watching, and remember, better care is better wear.